Hey everybody, it's time for your January and February update from the Allens, and I've got a lot to share, so I'll go as quickly and smoothly as I can. Probably the number one thing I need to share with you is that I did not take the roofing position that I had shared with you in my last newsletter. For a lot of reasons, we discovered that that was not going to be the right route for me and for our family, for what we're doing and for what we need right now. So that means we're back to the drawing board. I am still looking for work. I am also side hustling, and I'm also working to find ways to still make Lark work and get support where it needs to be. Whichever one of those seems to materialize first based on what I'm doing is going to be the one I have to run with. So I've been pushing snow every now and then with a friend, snow plowing to make some extra money, and then leading worship on the side, as well as working with a friend named Curtis. He's offered to this spring bring me in to do some work in his cabinet workshop for him and to pay me to do that. So lots of things we're trying to get pieced together so we can get what we need. And here's a great thing along the way. Allison received a promotion that will become official mid-March. So she gets a pay raise, as well as she gets a little more authority in her role at Clive Behavioral Health. She'll be leading all of the people in her current role as a tech, so she'll be a lead tech. Really cool. She's doing an incredible job, and she's working very hard and long hours to help bridge the gap for us financially, but also gaining really great experience for where she's headed and for grad school. So that's kind of where we're at financially and professionally. I am both encouraged and discouraged about all of that, so you can continue to keep that in your prayers, and feel free to pass along our name to people that could help fund our ministry, or people that might have employment opportunities remotely anywhere or here in Des Moines. So a couple family updates. In February, Allison turned 36, so she is still older than me by a couple months. Izera Simone, our third born, she turned 5, which is mind-bending, and her huge heart and huge soul and big snuggles just continue to grow. The boys, man, they're getting big, and they got to watch. We're in the middle of the Jurassic Park series, and so they have been jumping into some pretty fun things that we enjoyed when we were little, but they also got to go to see the brand new Ant-Man movie in the theater. My sister Valerie and brother-in-law Mark invited us to go to that, so super fun. And then Liv, of course, our number 4, man, she's the snuggliest, cutest little thing in the whole world, and she is all of almost 3 years old. And man, her smiles get us through the day sometimes. She's something special. So, in terms of ministry, you guys, there's so many things I could share. I'm going to try to just get a couple of the high points. I have had 3 or 4 conversations in the last couple months. They've been ongoing, but each of them, different people, came to a point where these people are... Actually, one of them was in person. I was working with them, working through some stuff, talking about some theology, but most specifically, like how that actually is fitting into their real life, and helping them see the love of God. And like tears have been pouring as people hear these things. And I'm excited about that because it tells you something about what's connecting, and that the good news and that the Holy Spirit is pressing the love of God onto these people. I couldn't be more moved than by moments like that. And the tears I have also shared in. So secondly, Russ Johnson and I, Russ, the founder of Lark, we went to a conference that we were invited to speak at down in Jupiter, Florida. Yes, beautiful weather, blue skies next to the beach and everything. And we got to meet some people, do some networking, got some great connections out of that, and also got to share some really good news on that stage, as well as hear from some other voices that are saying similar things to what we are. Another item on my list here that I'm excited about is that I just finished a 12-week cohort where I took about 12 people through Lark's Reclaim book, which you can find on Amazon. It's our kind of bread and butter as a ministry of how we teach and train and walk people through what we're explaining and teaching. So I spent 12 sessions, an hour and a half minimum each, just processing through what they're seeing and learning in that book and sort of offering anything I can to help them in that process. That was awesome. I can't wait to do it again. And the people in it want to keep going, so we're going to continue to meet even though we're done with the book. Really cool story. We also just finished, actually we will have a couple more episodes to release, but we're on the edge of finishing in the Lark cast almost 50 episodes dedicated to just slowly walking through the Gospel of John. And man, nothing fills my heart like just sitting in the scriptures, talking about them, reading them, studying them, and helping other people step into more understanding and experiencing of the good news that it says there in the Gospel of John. That book has been mind-blowing. So celebrating that as a ministry, we're celebrating that, and that is going to be a resource that we can hand to people anytime for free. Hey, if you want to go walk through the Gospel of John, here you go. This is awesome. So I have gotten connected with local chaplains in the Des Moines area. I have been reaching out to the Des Moines Police Department, the Des Moines Fire Department, the Polk County Sheriff's Office, which is Des Moines Sheriff. And I've been trying to find out who's doing the chaplaining, if you can use that word. What's it look like? How do you get involved? Is there employment? So far, I don't see that there's a lot of options for employment, but what I do see is a huge gap. These are some of the hardest working people in some of the most dangerous and traumatic roles that exist in a city. And so what I'm seeing is that there's very little spiritual recognition of the spiritual ramifications of what they see, experience, what they internalize. So I got to go and be on a panel of pastors this week, talking to the Des Moines Police Department's lieutenants and captains about implicit bias and how the faith communities view the police. Really incredible conversation, and I got to make a lot of face-to-face interactions and share a lot of encouragement to the police officers there. The next day, which was this past Thursday, I got to be in a meeting with the mayor, with the chaplain who's overseeing everything in the PD, as well as pastors in the area, not-for-profits, etc., to talk about the CAPS program that they're trying to resuscitate for Des Moines. So really cool connections are happening here, and I'm excited to get more involved with what is happening spiritually in the landscape of Des Moines and try to bring good news into that arena. And on top of all of this, I'm reading, writing, and producing a whole lot of good content for Lark, for myself in a way, but also just for broadly what we're doing as a ministry to help people live loved and learn to live loved. Man, we're thinking about you guys a lot. We are grateful for your support, and I just want to say one last thing. If you're praying for us, the last Saturday in February was the anniversary of my brother-in-law's death, David Stalzer, Allison's brother. And be praying for us as we process and grieve. It continues to only get more difficult. We're doing okay and doing well and talking about it, but the pain is still there. So please uphold us in your prayers there. Uphold us financially in your prayers. And man, thank you for your gifts and your consistent, solid, reliable support to make what we're doing possible. We couldn't do it without you, and I'm excited to share all of these wonderful things with you about what's been happening. So if you want to hear any more details, please reach out. I would love to tell you story after story, so we can just put smiles on each other's faces. That's it. Grace and peace. We'll talk to you guys soon.